And we are live. So today I'm going to rank the best 30 Drake songs. I was really considerate, mainly focusing on his albums, though if I included the mixtapes, well, we couldn't have 30 songs. It's already crazy how I selected these, but I was mainly looking at the rotation, replayability value, sound selection, content, and delivery. It's not okay to rank songs because it really depends when, where, and how it hit you. Maybe I was listening to your favorite song for the first time when I was going through some shit. Now it doesn't bring the same effect and vice versa. Anyway, let's go. Number 30, Talk Up. It has an NWA sample, Dope Man, running in the background. It makes you feel like you're bumping this in a car, going for a drug deal. From the content to the delivery. Pusha T could have sat well on this, Rick Ross too, but he settled for Jay-Z.
Yeah, we back.
Number 29, TSU. It had some sad strings and the rain pouring in the beginning, kind of reminding me of 2000s R&B. We're getting back to the early Drake because I feel like Certified Lover Boy can easily be Future releasing that. What I'm saying is that it might have been heavily influenced by Future. Number 28, Find Your Love. Everything was so distorted from the entrance, with Drake singing and subtle strings and keys. Perfect combo. It's about, well, going after someone else's girl. For a moment it felt as if it was Kanye West, because yeah, it was produced by him. 27, Light Up. Replayability of these on my playlist was way too high. It almost felt like the rain has stopped falling at night and you're roaming the streets in your car or on foot, or you're at the rooftop at night watching the rest of the world. Funny it's called Light Up. I guess it's to lighten up. Number 26, In My Feelings. Okay, this is what we listen to if you're a Drake fan. It was more about loyalty than the song invoking emotions. It's an okay track, but numbers don't lie, I guess. I'm in my feelings, don't mind me.
No friends in the industry.
Number 25, No Friends in the Industry. We're back to the tough exterior Drake. Well, I can't blame him really. We started hearing this side clearly on Views. It's a track that could be easily released by NWA. It makes me feel to punch someone for no reason or just do a drive-by already. Number 24, Survival. This is one of the diary tracks from Drake, usually the first track. He uses them to set the mood, give the album direction, like prepare you for what he might be having in store to share with you, so sit back and listen. Number 23, The Language. It has a warped flange sound moving through high and low frequencies. It's sweeping basically. That's the first thing you hear. And at this point, Drake couldn't be stopped and was making waves like the sweeps doing in the sound. Number 22, Too Good. As far as Views is concerned, this is one of the tracks where the vulnerable Drake is available. Most of the album had heavy drums, a Future influence already from this point on. Number 21, Started from the Bottom. It has a feel like we all made it. It has a chill, lazy vibe out there on an island. The keys feel like a lullaby, sampled but it did the work. Don't get it twisted, it's only Aubrey who made it. The rest of us listen to this as inspiration and motivation. Number 20, God's Plan. This was a thankful track. It did well in the charts. It blew up because it had a lot of coverage. Hardcore hip-hop fans or not, this got them because we all want to be thankful of something. Some stuff happened to us that we couldn't explain, that we have no idea. This song gave that a face. Number 19, Over My Dead Body. This is the vulnerable diary Drake. The whole of Take Care basically is him adapting to the new life. Take care can be looked up to say take care of your endeavors. This in particular felt like a warning. You almost have it all, so take care of a lot coming and don't lose it or yourself in the process. Like, if you look back at this, it will be, take care. Number 18, Marvins Room. I always ask myself if Over My Dead Body and Buried Alive are connected. Anyway, it's him telling himself to do better. It's about heartbreak and it has that Heartless vibe by Kanye. It felt like a phone call. Drake explaining to the girl to do better because he doesn't feel worthy of her. Kendrick killed it towards the end. Nothing was a rush for this particular track. Number 17, Way Too Sexy. Listening to Certified Lover Boy, it felt like Drake had done the 10 years he promised himself, and now he gives anyone who doubts his success a middle finger. I've listened to other leaked tracks that were supposed to be on the album, way better than what we had, because we had this dick measuring context with Kanye. It threw them both off their game. Ego and vulnerability needs to be balanced, and I felt more ego on this. It ends up feeling unrelatable. It was an okay track from Drake anyway, and it slapped. Number 16, Hate Sleeping Alone. This is another vulnerable track from Drake, talking about him hating sleeping alone. It has this water atmosphere like walking barefoot on the sand. From a distance, it starts to sound like Find Your Love, so I can say it's still Find Your Love repackaged.
Good God Almighty.
Number 15, Pound Cake. Well, this is a private school light up. We're still at the rooftop at night, watching the rest of the world smoking a cigar, with dim lights in the background, the walls made of glass overlooking the swimming pool. I bet you get it. It's about the good life. Ellie Goulding's sampled voice taking this home. The keys were bulletproof. The second part feels like a live jazz performance. Paris Morton music too. Okay, enough of description. Hold On, We're Going Home. Track 14. For a second, this could have easily been The Weeknd on this track. It had that 80s vibe with heavily compressed drums, like we out here listening to Prince When Doves Cry. This also sounds like a live performance. Number 13, Hotline Bling. It had heavy drums with some subtle ones together bringing in the bounce. The hi-hat trolls did their work. We are still in Aubrey's diary reminiscing about a girl who used to call him. Number 12, Crew Love. I feel like The Weeknd killed this, the soft piano, the big reverb and delay on his voice. At this point I feel like his voice was the main instrument in the better part of the track. The drums were laid later when Drake came on. I just basically liked how the track evolved. This was when Drake and The Weeknd was certified for me. Number 11, Hell Yeah Fucking Right. Still on the minimalistic approach, with a synth doing the most of the work, thrown at the back when the verses kick in, then comes back on hooks. Everything else felt like it was played live. This was also one of the tracks that stamped Drake for great things to come. Nothing was the same.
I gotta feed the street.
Number 10, Knife Talk. Metro Booming did something with this. A bit of dark violins, a bit of violence, a bit of gloomy pianos. This is not the money talking, this is the knife talking. Drake has mastered the tough persona at this point, and yeah, it's hip-hop, it's cool.
I'm the fucking man.
Number 9, The Motto. Minimalistic. I feel like the 808s and the hi-hats play the role of the melody. It's a risky approach, but instead of adding more, they kept on removing what is already there, with effects and all, but still maintaining that bounce. With that, it deserves this spot. Number 8, Controller. The piano chords were really subtle. Everything was so subtle, just enough to keep everything going. It's like you're watching a movie, knowing something is coming, but you don't know where it's going to come from. It has the same energy as Work. Yeah, that groovy, danceable vibe. Number 7, One Dance. Talking about dancing, I had this way too much on rotation. This was never an okay track. It just kept going up, but with the same pace. At this point, should I even say it? Minimalistic, yeah? You're running a tight ship if a song is this predictable and not boring. Number 6, Headlines. We all said YOLO after the motto dropped, but this will always be in my heart. Even the video sceneries and cuts were matching with the hi-hat trolls. Was this an arpeggio running in the background? The hi-hats were bright enough. Drake still with his diary. Well. Number 5, Take Care. You can't really mess up a track you called after an album. For a moment it felt like a house track, but when the subs dropped in, heavy drums and Drake rapping, it switched back to hip-hop. A lot of things could have gone wrong in this track. Oh, they did, that's why it sounded so good.
Yeah.
Number 4, Finesse. Everything was slowed down and the sadness came in. Some really low sound choir making it sound so dark. It's like you're in a church at night, candles lit, confessing to the Father in a confession box. If it's about texture, this had texture. The piano sounded like someone playing it at the corner of the church. It's about Drake being vulnerable and ready to compromise his ego and expose his anxieties to come through for this girl. Number 3, NonStop. This really feels like Drake is on top of the world at the same time he is Atlas carrying the whole world. I like the Moog bass bringing that dark Drake with less vulnerability and more ego. The sample making it feel like part of it is on the 90s hip-hop era where drug dealers wanted to be rappers and go legit. The moment that Moog bass kicked in, you know it's time. I really don't know what time it is, but it's time. Number 2, Mob Ties. The piano keys and the title make it look like Drake is a mob boss having a meeting in a hotel bar in the kitchen, in some other hidden room where workers are forbidden to go, telling the others who they should get rid of and where to hide the bodies, basically reorganizing the criminal syndicate of those who ain't loyal. The drums took this home because the drum rolls feel like someone is being run over by a car, or just something bad, something nasty. Number 1, Tuscan Leather. Drake is in a huge stadium, like a very big stadium, just speaking his mind. I think it was Whitney Houston that sampled. I don't know about you, but this is my best Drake track. The hi-hats roll and get silenced by the drum. It's like it's moving and stopping repeatedly. Then it gained momentum and Drake went with it. It reached a point where everything was silenced and some organ or something just went without interruption, with the Whitney Houston sample doing the most. I still get goosebumps. Damn, years later it's like I'm listening it for the first time. For an opening track, nothing was the same. Anyway, when I rank Drake, those are my top 30. Like, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about it. Like, this particular tracks are what made Drake. I was really considerate, as I said before. I was looking at the rotation. How much did I play the song, you know? The content, the delivery, the sound selection, all that. I feel like these are the top 30, but if I include the mixtapes, well, there'll be more tracks. So tell me what you think in the comment section. Anyway, peace out.